Hello everyone, I'm back. This is the third devlog on my game, Centrifugal. And if you haven't seen my previous ones, there's a link to the videos in the description below. It's been roughly a month since the last video about Centrifugal was released. Although I'm quite busy, I still managed to spend some time to develop Centrifugal. And like what I was saying in the last video, the basic mechanism of the game is ready. So what I was doing this month was basically building up the game. And let me walk you through some parts of my game to see how things are going. So first we come to the main menu, and you start playing by entering here and select which level you want to play. Back to the main menu, there's a customization button, and the players can change the appearance of the rocket. Different skins and colors can be unlocked by collecting tokens in the game. Besides that, there's also a very simple setting menu. I will add a slide bar to control the sound volume when I finish all the sound effects. And last, we have a multiplayer mode here. Actually, the multiplayer mode is somehow different from how I designed it in the beginning. At first, I wanted, let's say, 4 players sitting in front of one computer, maybe with their controllers on, and each of them controls their own rocket. They will compete and race through the finish line to see who is the fastest. However, here, this multiplayer mode now has a feeling something like, overcooked. It's right now 2 players instead of 4 players. They two will control one rocket together, while each player can control only one single thruster. I made it like this because I personally prefer the feeling of collaborating with friends other than competing. And I also want to explore how centrifugal this game can be played. So this multiplayer mode is pretty much experimental. I'm still testing it with my friends and see how things turn out. I hope it's good. Another thing worth talking about is the map design. At first, all the 28 levels were designed in a linear order. So the player will first complete level 1 and then level 2, level 3, level 4 until they reach the final level. When I gave this testing version to some of my friends, the feedback I got was that to make the level UI look more interesting, they suggested me to add some constellation elements, such as the Big Dipper. And to be honest, this might work, because the levels can actually be arranged into 5 chapters according to different game elements presented in them. So I did some research and picked 5 constellations that have suitable amount of stars in each of them to represent my 5 chapters. I selected one of the most iconic stars from each constellation and made it into an infinite level. You can think them as the boss level for each chapter. You can play them only if you have finished the previous levels. So I found it very helpful to communicate with others when developing your games, because others can often share you some very valuable ideas and inspirations. For example, Meteoring is another game element that will appear when players continue playing their game. And this idea came to me when one of my friends was playtesting my game. He asked me that wouldn't it be cool if there are asteroids coming and smashing into the rocket? I thought for a while and said, yeah, it can actually be a good idea. So eventually I added this element to the game. Speaking so far, the game Centrifugal has been from a very simple demo to right now a playable version. There are totally 3 different modes for players to play. And what I'm going to do in the next coming weeks is to finish up the game. For example, adding some sound effects and finish the localization of the game. I might also work on the user interface and some animations to make the transition smoother. I decided to launch this game, Centrifugal, on Steam, probably in spring. So if you have any thoughts and ideas to share, feel free to leave them in the comment section. You can also subscribe to my channel to keep up with the game developing progress. I'm Markson22 and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.